They say that high expectations is the key to achieving great things in life. But what they don't tell you is those very expectations can turn into chains that may keep you stuck. The constant pressure to measure up, to be perfect, to never fail is just exhausting, isn't it? But the fact is that your happiness and your success are not tied to these expectations. Let me tell you a secret that nobody talks about. Expectations may feel like they are pushing you forward, but they are actually weighing you down. And learning to release them doesn't mean that you are giving up. That means taking control. Stay with me because I'm about to show you how to break free from this pressure and embrace a lighter and a freer way of living. The problem with expectations is not that they exist, it's because they often come with strings attached. Think about it. How often do you set a goal only to tie your own sense of self-worth into achieving it? And somewhere deep inside, it's not about reaching that finish line. It's about having that feeling inside that, hey, I have got it. I am enough. I am worth it. And all of this does not just stop on your own expectations. Society, family, friends, they all have their own visions about who you should be and what should you achieve. And all of this can feel really suffocating. So here's what happens. You feel stuck in that perfection trap. So you're afraid of making mistakes. You're afraid of falling short because that might mean that you are not good enough. Secondly, you confuse failure with your identity. When you don't meet those expectations, it's easy to feel like you are a failure instead of seeing it as a part of the learning process. And lastly, you lose sight of your true self. When you spend all your energy trying to live up to external or self-imposed expectations, you forget to ask yourself, what is it that I actually want? You know what's the real danger of expectations? They not only weigh you down, they actually pull you away from what truly matters to you. But here's the thing, the solution is not to stop having goals or standards. It's about learning how to detach from those unhealthy grip that expectations are having on your life. And that's exactly what we are going to talk about next. Detaching from expectations does not mean that you stop caring. It means you stop letting those expectations define your worth. Think of expectations as a tightly clenched fist. When you hold on too hard, you actually limit yourself. Let me show you how. These are the expectations and this is the candy that I want to eat right now. Will this fist allow me to enter this? No. But if I allow myself to release the grip of the fist and use my fingers, I can actually take out the candy and have it. Isn't it? You see, when you loosen the grip, you open yourself to possibilities that you never imagined. Psychologists call this as the psychological flexibility. Studies show that people who let go of these rigid expectations and focus on possibilities, they are not only happier, but they are more resilient in the face of challenges. In simpler terms, when you stop being so fixated on one specific outcome, you allow room for growth and unexpected opportunities. Let's take an example. Say you expect that a new job will make you happier, but if that doesn't happen, then that disappointment can overshadow any of the good that's still there. Now imagine going into that same job with curiosity, without any rigid expectations. You'll allow yourself to absorb in all that you are getting in there, and that is where you are going to find joy in the unexpected parts of the experience. Understand that control is an illusion. A lot of expectations come from the belief that we can control every outcome. But let's reflect on the profound wisdom from Gurbani shared by Guru Arjan Dev Ji. Sab kich tiske vas, na koi bahara. Everything is under his control and no one is beyond him. This line is a reminder that life's major outcomes are ultimately beyond our control. They are all governed by the greater divine power. When you accept this, it's easy to let go of the frustration that comes with those unmet expectations. This does not mean that you should stop working hard. You need to continue putting in your best efforts, but you don't need to carry the burden of controlling the results because that's not in your hands. Redefine success. Success does not have to mean that you have to hit every target perfectly. It can be about growth or learning or just finding peace in the process. Detachment helps you to see the bigger picture instead of obsessing over each detail. Embrace a what's meant to be mentality. Letting go does not mean giving up. It means trusting that even if the things are not happening as per your plans, things are unfolding as they are meant to be. When you accept this mindset, you free yourself from the stress and start living in alignment with your values and your true self. Detaching from expectations becomes less about avoiding disappointments and more about embracing a life that's filled with curiosity, openness, and trust. Detaching from expectations may feel like a daunting task, but it's perfectly doable with intentional steps. So here are some practical ways to help you start with that. Focus on the journey, not on the outcome. When you're always chasing a specific result, you tend to lose sight of the process. Instead of focusing on what should be happening, try to immerse yourself in what is happening. For example, at work, give your all to the task instead of stressing over that perfect outcome. Or in relationships, focus on nurturing genuine connections rather than expecting people to behave in a certain way. Practice self-awareness. The first step towards letting go of the expectations is recognizing the expectations that you are clinging on to. Are these expectations mine or are they coming from society or friends or family? Once you identify the source, decide, are they truly aligning with your values or not? Cultivate gratitude for what is. When you are constantly expecting, you tend to focus on what's missing rather than appreciating the present. Shifting your perspective to gratitude helps you to anchor in the present moment. Start a simple gratitude practice by journaling what are the 3 things that you are grateful for today. Gratitude helps you to shift the energy from lack to abundance, helping you to embrace the beauty of now. Reframe failure as feedback. Much of the pressure from expectations comes from the fear of failure. But failure is not the end, it's the stepping stone for growth. Instead of thinking, what if I fail? Reframe it. What can I learn? Reframing will help you to move forward without that fear clouding your path ahead. Limit your comparisons. Constantly comparing your life, your journey with others actually fuels those unrealistic expectations. Remember, everyone's path is different. You can detox your mind by limiting your social media or any triggers that cause such unnecessary comparisons. Ground yourself with mindful practices. Whenever you feel overwhelmed by expectations, just ground yourself with meditation or any mindfulness practice. Start by spending a few moments each day by focusing on your breath. Mindfulness slows down the noise in your mind and reconnects you in the present, making it easier to release expectations that weigh you down. You can check out my previous videos to learn more about managing overwhelm. Trust the flow of life. Returning to the Gurbani wisdom, Sab kich tis ke vas, na koi bahara. Everything is under His control. No one is beyond Him. Use this teaching as a guiding principle whenever you feel anxious. Place trust in the divine plan. Remind yourself that your responsibility is to put in the effort, The results are not under your control. Just as Shri Krishna advised Arjun with his words, Karm karo, phal ki chinta mat karo, encouraging him to focus on performing duties without worrying about the results. Remember, expectations are not inherently bad, but when they start dominating your thoughts or dictating your worth, they become burdens. As Guru Arjan Dev Ji said, everything is under his control and no one is beyond him. You don't have to carry the weight of controlling every outcome. Sometimes releasing control is the most empowering choice that you can make. By detaching, you create space for joy, opportunities, and peace to find you. Not because you were chasing them, but because you were open and ready. So what's next? Just ask yourself, what's that one expectation that you are going to let go of today? Write it down, breathe it out, and watch how lighter you will feel. And before you go, I want to thank you for taking out the time to reflect and grow with me. If this message resonated with you, let's keep this conversation going. Drop in a comment about your thoughts and share your story about letting go. Together, we can create a community where we embrace life with freedom and not fear. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share it with someone who might need this today. Okay, bye.